Welcome to day 25 of 40 Days and 40 Nights. My name is Carmen Ray, and I'm coming to you today as part of a program called the 4 Ps, 40 Days and 40 Nights to focus on our business. What business, you may ask? We are part of a company that's celebrating its 10th year. It's called Planet Marketing. So as you are catching our replay, I want you to take a look, and if any of these names that you see on the screen have ever at any point asked you, mentioned to you anything about Planet Marketing, just think about it. I did hear the name of that company before. I want you to reach back out to that person and tell them to show you the big picture because we got something that we can show you that I started 8 years ago that has totally changed my life. And so I'm on a mission reaching out to people, letting them know that retirement is about income. It is not about age. So today is day 25, and we're having a conversation about partnerships and the importance of partnerships. Yes, this is a network marketing company. Some people are scared of network marketing. It's because they just simply don't understand it. And I understand it very well because I was a traditional business owner for over 30 years. And all I could say is I sure wish I would have knew about network marketing when I was facing those $14,000 payrolls I had to meet every 2 weeks, when I had to drop that $48,000 to open up the door to that child care center. I sure wish somebody would have told me about a thing called network marketing. So I feel sorry for y'all that's just, ill educated, still using words like pyramid scheme. Listen, network marketing is a business model. Just like you have franchises, you have all different type of business models. It's a business model. And then last, so we can make sure you are better educated, we want you to know that pyramid schemes and all of that kind of stuff is illegal. I've been in this company 8 years, and every single year they sent me a 1099 that I was able to report my income. So I just want to encourage you guys to be open minded, be educated. So we're just not regurgitating things that we heard people say without being properly educated. So today, when you catch us, we're going to be talking about the power of partnerships and understanding different business models and what happens when we understand that collaboration is, in fact, the new currency. And the young lady that I'm going to be bringing to our virtual stage today, her name is Wyniautta Foster. And she is out of that St. Louis area. She's what's called a gold builder in our organization. As a gold builder, that means that she has minimally went out and assisted over 9 people to get access to over a $9 trillion industry. You're going to learn a little bit about her background, her personal thoughts about the power of partnerships, and then I'm going to come back on. She's going to speak with you about a good 15 minutes. So be prepared to take notes if you're not driving, like Dr. Joy is driving, but she still found a way to join us. But yeah, so take some notes, and so we're going to have a time for a Q&A so we can go deeper on this subject matter of partnerships. Wani, thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and take it away, my dear.
Hello, everybody. How everybody's doing? Again, like she said, my name is Wyniatta Carter-Foster. I have a extensive background in HR management, and I just love connecting with individuals. So, Director Carmen is one of those women who, when she first met me, she told Denise, like, I am working with her. I love her energy. I love how she just come in and willing to assist. And I've been rocking with Director Carmen since day one, since 4040. So, and I'm not going nowhere. So I was honored, and so much thank you again for allowing me to be on your platform and to be able to talk about partnerships and collaborations. One thing about me, I love to connect and collaborate. I didn't even know that was a gift. Director Carmen said that is your skill set, that's your superpower. I had no idea that was that was me. I just thought everybody did it. It was natural. So I want you guys to put in the chat, what does purpose what does a partnership mean to you? Partnership and collaboration. What does that mean when you think of partnership and you think of collaboration? What does that mean? Why does that even matter to you? And I seen that somebody put in teamwork. I seen somebody said the big team together. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about why partnerships matter, how to collaborate effectively, how to leverage partnerships for growth. And so, with that being said, I want you guys to think of sharing the chat. What does your business need right now? Right? What does your business need right now? Look for someone you could potentially collaborate with. Also, and then also connection starts with the momentum, with the movement. We open to collaboration. So think about that. What does your business need right now? Look for someone that you can collaborate with. Like again, Director Denise talked about the power of one this week. And so who is, and she asked us to put in the chat, who is that person that you would love to connect with right now that you can see yourself growing with that. So go ahead, you can put that in the chat as well. And so for me, when I was doing who all know of Nike and who knows about Apple? Why do you think that Apple and somebody can unmute and talk about, we're gonna just have an open conversation about this. Did anyone know that Nike and Apple collaborated together? Did anybody know that?
I didn't. I
I didn't.
didn't.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I love it. And so why do you think, okay, so Nike and Apple are two major companies, right? One is in fitness and one is in tech, right? So why do you think that, because again, the business don't have to stay, they both stand alone, right? But why do you think they combine together?
Because they could leverage each other's network.
That's
They
good.
were totally different industries that could help each other to grow and to move. So
That's right.
that's
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Nike, they combine fitness and tech together. We all need fitness. Fitness not going nowhere. Everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody loves tennis shoes, all of that. So Nike is a whole brand by themselves. And guess what? Technology not going nowhere. That was smart. Fitness and technology together. Guess what? Global access. The partnerships help them expand their reach, combine strengths, right? And multiple visibility. So on multiple platforms, you're going to see Nike and you're going to see Apple together. And that was a genius idea for them to do that.
That's good.
And then so why do you think partnerships work? I can't see nobody directly, so you could call on somebody that you know that's
Yeah,
on camera. So you can
sure.
ask somebody, why do you think partnerships work?
What do you think, Mr. Little? Why do you think it's important to have those partnerships and why do they work? What's coming up for you?
It's the synergy, together,
Yeah.
working together, that synergy just explodes how much they can do.
Come on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Listen,
Yeah.
you are all in my notes. Definitely synergy. That is exactly it. It shared goals and values. It increased credibility, resource sharing, multiple growth, opportunities for innovation, and new income. Wow. When we think about that part, Director
hmm
Benson, you want to expand a little bit on when it talks about opportunities for innovation and new income. What does that mean when it comes to partnership working together?
well, you know what? Because you have different minds and you have
hmm
people with different ideas and concepts, and you put those together and it just explodes the effort. Like one thing, the light bulb that just went off for me is that Director Ray and Director Fields Russell said, we combined our teams. We
Yep.
combined our teams and we started doing things together. That
hmm
is like, oh my gosh, that is genius. It's funny because I have said in the past, imagine planning marketing is amazing and we're growing and different things of that nature. But imagine if we really just all came together, like Mr. Bradley says all the time. He
Mm-hmm.
says, if you know, stay together, come together. Imagine if there were no team line. Imagine,
Yes.
oh my
That's
gosh,
right.
imagine, can you guys think of all the incredible leaders that we have, not only on this screen, but beyond? Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. And you just think of if we have, I thought, okay, let me just say this real quick and I'll be quiet. I thought about this when the founding directors came together, and I see my brother in success. He turns on his camera, my twin, and what he had to come on here with his jersey too. I said, what? Hey, what made us both today say I'm gonna get on here with our founding directors jerseys that Mr. Donald Bradley blessed us with, right, at convention.
I
But
love it.
I thought
Love it.
about when the founding directors came together and said, we're gonna do 3 opportunities every day for the next 40 days and 40 nights, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, we got on there and we're hearing the likes of like all these incredible leaders that are just doing all these presentations, and we're just plugging our teams in, plugging our guests in, and we don't quote unquote have to do the heavy lift. Well, the heavy lifting is inviting and getting people there, but you just invite people to the table to hear
Mm-hmm.
from some incredible leaders. Not to say if you're not a founding director, you're not incredible. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying those who paved the way on
Yes.
Yes.
day
Yes.
40. And oh my gosh, I was just at all the talent that came together, all the presence, all the just incredible spirit of excellence that this
Mm-hmm.
company has. So partnerships for me, partnerships is everything. Anybody that knows me knows I love to collaborate, knows I love to, make sure that we all win. I remember we used to have events at the house. We don't have them anymore because of COVID. Don't want people around my daughter. But I remember we would allow other team members, like if you became one of my babies, your director was out of state, but you were coming to the events you were supporting, you became a part of our team as well. You, the nieces and nephews and cousins or whatever. So partnership, y'all, you can't beat it. You cannot.
That's right.
Yes. That's
That's
right. I
right.
love it. I love it. And so I want you guys to type in the chat what Director Benson was just demonstrating was growth. Type the word grow. And I want you to think about what do you really know about partnerships and the powerful that it brings to you and not have to work in this by yourself. Look at what makes collaboration exactly work for you. Okay. And so we're going to go into like the key elements of collaboration. And so the key elements of collaboration is share vision. Again, Director Benson kind of hit on this with Director Denise and Director Corman. They have shared visions. They are definitely on the run for 2-star director and above, right? And one thing, I have worked with these women closely in other platforms and stuff like that, and I've seen how their visions are the same, but they're different, right? And their strengths. They communicate well with their strengths and their weaknesses. Director Carmen is very clear on like she don't have to do the presentation. She like doing 40-40. She also is pushing Director Denise to be out in front more. Who does that? Let's really think about that. Who is going to push you to be out front more than them? Right? Director Carmen is very clear. Like, I don't have to be on the front of the stage. She loves doing one-on-ones, and that's her skill set. And you have to think about that. So she understands her weakness, and she has the Director Denise to do the out front for her. And guess what? They never leave each other out. How do I know this? I've seen it happen. I've seen it from my own eyes. And they communicate well and they respect each other's roles. Director Corman could put that agenda together real quick. Denise is very skill set in leadership, and they both work together. And so that's what you want to look for when you are looking for partnerships. You want to look for someone that has shared vision, clear communication, their trust, and their integrity, and they're going to hold you accountable and also evaluate. And that's what I appreciate as well. So again, you want to definitely, for example, even with who is another strong partnerships? You got it. Y'all already know. Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel. They have a strong partnership. One focused on the growth of entrepreneurship, IntelliTravel focused on travel, fulfillment, and experiences. But guess what? Together, door opportunity, business ownership, plus travel income, and guess what? Collaboration where everyone wins. Director Carmen, talk about that real quick.
Yes, it is just, I mean, it's such a powerful collaboration, and it really speaks to the heart and the genius of Mr. Bradley. Because of his decades of experience in marketing, he could have tried to be all things to all people. A huge part of his background included travel. So he could have got some people that got travel together and said, come on, let's, pull this together and be all things. He could have figured out travel, but he leveraged those decades of experience that IntelliTravel had perfected and all those relationships with our suppliers, Wani, that they have cultivated and said, look, we are going to go for the best, not just any travel supplier, but we going for the best and the biggest, like home-based travel business owner, and made that collaboration. Just look at it. I remember going to my very first IntelliTravel convention. Jackie Delane just reminded me of this in Florida. And when I heard some rumblings about when before Planet Martin and Director Desiree can confirm this, or Director Patterson, I remember hearing somebody say something like before Planet Marketing came and they collaborated with IntelliTravel, they only had 6,000, only like 6,000 agents. Now we're over 140,000
Mm-hmm.
agents in
Yes.
just 10 years. Are you kidding me? That's what
600.
happened when genius meets opportunity, and that's what I want people to understand. That's the power. What? Look at that. Somebody said less than 600. I gave them way too many. Look at that. So it was only 600 agents, and now look at that's the power of partnerships, Wani. Thank y'all for
Yes,
clarifying
yes,
that.
yes, and
Uh-huh.
it's so important because and everybody know that if you don't know, I'm an elder, and everything in the Bible talks about partnership, but we did not. They didn't teach this in the Bible. They didn't teach that, right? They always taught you something different. But it's so many scriptures on partnerships and how to work together because that's kingdom building. But that's not neither there to say. But I just wanted to let you know that this is genius that Mr. Bradley and what he did when he partnered together. When I think about Mr. Brad, I think about kingdom building because that's all
Yes.
there was. No, that's exactly that kingdom mindset is what I think about when I think about Mr. Bradley because no one on this planet Earth, and you know somebody that is, I don't know, that is here to really help generations of generations of generations of not just his family, but others to come. So that was kingdom for me. And also, too, so I want you guys to think about in your business, which four elements that we just talked about, and we talked about shared vision, clear communication, trust and integrity, accountability, and evaluation. Which of those four do you need to strengthen or you would like to strengthen in your business? And then write them down and then number them 1 through 4. Okay, so that is like pretty much your homework for right now. And then so once you understand the elements of partnerships, and that's when you can leverage. Let me tell you something. I learned about partnerships and I leveraged Director Denise's story. I didn't have a story of my own, right? I didn't know what I was doing. As what we say, ignorance on fire. I was definitely ignorance on fire when I first started this business. So I leveraged her story, her being a principal, her being fired, because I understood partnerships early, right? Because I've been in network marketing since I was 21. So I leveraged her story quickly. And then when I got to know Director Corman, I leveraged her story as an entrepreneur over 30 years. I can tell you that they stories back and forth like I was their daughter. But that's how
Mm-hmm.
much I I'm connected to them and I understand what it is. And so when you understand partnerships, that's when you can leverage. And so leverage through collaboration. What does that mean? Director Kanorma, can you call on somebody as well to talk a little bit about 1 minute about what they leverage through
Yeah.
collaboration?
Yeah, Jackie Delane, come on up and talk about, because she does a phenomenal job with collaborating. Are you able to unmute and speak to this?
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm not on camera.
You
Um,
okay?
yes, collaboration. See, I believe just like when Wani just mentioned in the Bible, that's what the 12 disciples were, okay? They was
Yes.
collaborating. So there's nothing I believe that we can accomplish at least successfully unless we collaborate with others and leverage the skills of each other, because there's no way one person can know how to do everything, you know, to the point that your audience needs it or your partners need it or your prospects need it. So
Mhm.
yes, I believe in collaboration. I collaborated with 2 other partners in the business because, in case you don't know, I'm that unapologetic one. And I've been unapologetic since the Lord gave me that on October 30th, 2019, before everybody else on social media was talking about being unapologetic. And so we, 3 of us, have collaborated and have a whole Facebook group surrounding self-care, because I don't know if this is what Carmen wanted me to talk about, but y'all getting me. So I we put it together, and then in less than a month we had over 200 members on that platform. Now for me, my travel business and the business of travel is one of the ways that I promote self-care for myself. So when I tell my story, which I'm not going to tell it today because Wani said 1 minute, I'm not going to tell it today, but there's no way that we could have reached over 200 people in a month without collaboration.
That's right.
Perfect.
That's right.
Perfect
Perfect.
example. Real quick, Wani, I want to hit this point home before we get ready to wrap up, because we have Director Patterson here, who I know is very well connected to Mr. Bradley. And it's one thing Mr. Bradley always says, and I like for him to take about a minute to speak to it, when he says, as the founder of the company, he's not enough. Mr. Patterson, I know you've heard him say that before. Can you speak to that? When even the founder says he's not enough, what should that message us?
Well, first of all, thanks for allowing me to speak, Director Ray. Mr. Bradley understands that he's not enough, but I've been around Mr. Bradley, and he had somebody in the military, and he brought him right over to me. So
Yes.
that spoke to me that he understands leverage, collaboration, and I want to say this, the Director Ray. When I hear the word partnership and collaboration, you know whose picture I see? I see your picture, Director Ray. I see Director Russell's picture, and I see uh, what's the gentleman's name?
Mike.
Demond. Mike.
Yeah.
I see Mike's picture. Because what you have done, you know, we don't compete. We compete, but we don't compare. But I've seen you guys take. I wrote this down. You guys took collaboration over competition,
That's right.
Yes.
and
Thank
you
you.
you don't let competition hinder your collaboration. And I thank
Wow.
you for this platform. Back to you, ma'am.
Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, Wani, you want to go ahead and wrap it up so we can at least get 1 or 2 questions in.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Director Patterson.
So I mean, it was definitely Director Patterson. Nice so much. You just again got all of my notes, so I have to do a whole lot this morning, and that's exactly it. When you understand that, and let's talk about how your business is going to grow when you partnership. Growth happens faster together. Collaboration creates synergy. Somebody talked about that earlier. 1 + 1 = 10. That math ain't math, but it works, right? We just talked about the power of one. An example: Planet Plus IntelliTravel, multiple streams of income, unlimited income, Growth comes by combining ideas, influence, and innovations. And so again, Director just hit it when he talked about Director Carmen, Director Denise, and Michael DeMond. Those partnerships are solid and they all have great value when they come together. Even with Nike, even with Apple, both brands expanded into new customer biases, planning and marketing partnered together and created a hybrid model that allows business owner to own what? Multiple incomes. And we get to sell travel and also travel agencies. So again, type the word level up in the chat. And again, when you learn the partnerships and collaborations, he just said it again, that it's a whole nother level. We're not competing. We're not comparing. We're not competing. We are working together to help each other win. So again, level up and remember, partnerships and collaborations is your new currency. God bless you.
Fantastic, fantastic job. Y'all clap it up. Let's see some hearts. Thank you so much, Wani. I really, really, really appreciate that. Let's see now. Are you able to, so I can see the full screen? You're fantastic job, Wani. So again, y'all, let's clap it up for Wani. She is definitely representing Director Denise well. Director Denise is not with us today because she's at a women's retreat with her church, a very well-deserved retreat. And let's just say, I want to give you guys a quick example. Then somebody who want to close us out can definitely do that. This is powerful partnership right here. I'm here in Atlanta with one of Jackie Delane's partners, who is a DIT, Betty Brown. I'm in Atlanta, right? So she's doing her PBR today. I have been hosting the Arizona Super Saturdays since January. I put together a Super Saturday committee from multiple different teams, not just my team. That's something I learned from Dr. Shantina years ago when I first started in Arizona. She said, no, don't just do it for your team. If you want to assert yourself as one of the leaders, you want to bring everybody in. I learned that from her. And so because of that collaboration, I'm able to support Betty Brown here in Atlanta, Jackie's partner now, right? We're all part of the same organization, but in Arizona, somebody reached out to me, one of the directors from the UK, and said her person from Arizona was very disconnected, and somebody told her to connect with me. Now one of her team members is part of the Super Saturday group, all the way from the UK, y'all. Do y'all see what's happening here? So now I'm in Atlanta, and when I tell you I'm not fretting one bit about, I know that Saturday, Super Saturday, the 10-year anniversary that's in Arizona today, because I've worked with these women since January, I know for a fact everything is going to go well. So that is what partnerships do. It gives you a level of comfortability that you know you don't have to be the one showing up. You don't have to be the only one, because that collaboration is indeed the new currency. And lastly, guess what? The director that flew in from the Maryland area, I think Maryland, DC area, I didn't even know her. When I expressed that I needed a director to come in to do the Arizona 10-year anniversary, guess what? Tiffany Pierce, who I only met one time, said, I got somebody for you. The relationships, y'all, come on. These relationships are something. So now I know a whole new 3-star director that I'm so grateful for. We never met, but because of the partnerships and the collaboration, there is absolutely nothing that we can't do together. So who can I get to close us out today as we, prepare to have a great weekend? Who can unmute and close us out today for day 25? Don't all y'all jump at once.
I'm going to nominate my director, who I missed her name. You talking about collaboration, Director Benson. She
Yes.
collaborates. Oh my goodness! I'm sitting there thinking. I need to say my sponsor's name, Director Benson. I'm gonna turn it over to Director Benson because that's the collaboration queen.
Yes,
I'm gonna
she
turn it over to
is.
her.
Yes. Yes. Close us out, Director Benson.
Wow. I am truly, truly humbled. Director Patterson, y'all, is a humble giant. Been in the profession of network marketing over 20 years. We're getting, he's been over 20 years. 2021 International Convention Ironman of the Year. Y'all, he was the first person to sign up in the business through us. If y'all and y'all see, right? We have kindred spirits here, right? Partnerships. I wanna leave you with this. It's because of the partnership that we have with Director Patterson back in our very first company. Director Patterson was a director back then in our very first company. My husband and I never became director. And under Mr. Bradley in the first company, second company, third company, we didn't become a director to this company, right? And Director Patterson, so we had no directors. We always had to, we acted like a director before the numbers caught up with us. And I remember asking director, but this is partnership, y'all, going somewhere. Director Patterson lived in San Diego. We live here in Upland, a couple hours away. And we were putting on an event. And I said, Director Patterson, will you come to Ontario? We're doing this event called When Opportunity Knocks. Will you come to and be the speaker? Because we wanted the documentation in the room, right? Director Patterson said, sure. Because he always wanted to come around when we weren't on the same team, but he really loved Mr. Bradley, right? And the leadership that he was building. So when we came together with this company, I went to Director Patterson. I was like, "What on I say?" And he was like, humbly said yes. Y'all, that's partnership, right? Great in his own right. But I'm telling you, it's because of this gentleman. And I see a couple of our directors jumped on here. Thank y'all for being coachable. I shot a message over to them and said, join now, because we need to get to 30 people on this Zoom, right? We didn't quite get there, but we almost made it, right? So, Director Jackson partnered up with us. Director Peterson partnered up, and there's a few others that are not on here that partnered with us on day one. And that's why we became founding directors, not because we didn't put 100 people in the business in 40 days. It's because we put some people in and then we asked them and they partnered. And that's what our coach, Mr. Orlando Moore, our head coach, he said, stop bringing people in. Partner. This is a partnership, y'all. This is a give and take, right? So I love this topic. And Wani, I met Wani in St. Louis back and forth when I would go to St. Louis, right? And partnerships, y'all, is everything. If you help enough people get what they want, you are going to get what you want. And so I just encourage y'all. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for letting me say a couple words. I thank you. I can't thank you enough, Director Ray. Again, partnership, met you when you were on the cusp of becoming a director. I will never forget it. And now here you are, this incredible platform that you're allowing all of us to tap into. We have another founder director. I asked my sister in success, one of my accountability partners, Adaria Vincent. I don't see her on here anymore. She jumped on as well. Y'all, partnership.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, y'all.
That's what it's about. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with us for day 25 of 40 days and 40 nights. And let's just keep spreading the word and make sure we share the link. If you guys have the link for our next session, that's going to give you a fresh start on January 20th. I want to see us on here. We had like 80 people that register. You see, we got 25 people. That's reflective of what happens in our business. Not everybody that start with you will finish with you, but it's not how many, it's the who. And I appreciate every last one of you for making yourselves available. We are only going up from here. You all have a great rest of your weekend.
Bless everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Wani.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Wani.
guys.
Thank you. Have a good one on purpose.
Great training. God bless.
Thank
Great day,
you.
everyone.
Awesome training.
Thank you.